Oh. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Paradox, we do have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Shopify, the SE2 Terran. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is Dark. And welcome one and all to Paradox. Paradox is amazing, Paradox is beautiful, and what are they saying? I'm curious, has ByuN ever played on Paradox? I don't know if he has. I don't know if he knows what he's stepping into. Hold on, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get my Google Translate out. And yes. they're asking, is this an island map? So, yeah, ByuN asked if it was an island map, and, oh, and apparently they're discussing some history. He's saying, isn't this the map where Lim Yo-hwan played against Do-jin Kwang? Typically, Koreans, they refer to other pro players by their names, so I don't know who they're talking about. Like, they don't say, like, Flash, they don't say, like, Jaedong, like, they say, like, the names of the players instead. So I don't know, what series they're discussing, but they're talking about, like, an old brutal match. So, if anyone's out there... Oh, actually, shout out to Hyper One there. He did clarify, Boxer versus... Oh, hold on. Boxer versus Joyo. Ah, there you go. There you go. So shout out to Hyper One for the translations. But here we go. We do have our initial island map. We have ByuN. ByuN does open up with the CC first, so CC first out of ByuN, and of course Dark going Nexus first as well. But what I should quickly get into, sorry, I was a little bit distracted by their discussion. Welcome one and all to Paradox. Now, what is Paradox? Paradox is an island map. We have one island towards the south, one island towards the north, and islands scattered in between. On your main island, you have three bases. You have your main and your natural right next to each other with high yield gas geysers, and you have a third base off to the side with a regular Vespene gas geyser. So you have a 3-base setup. From there, then you have some other islands here. You have like these little island pocket locations that can come into play. We have seen players try to drop and try to save units here. Meanwhile, we have the bases in the center of the map. We have an island here on the right, bottom right, center left, and center left as well. So we have 2 more bases, 4 bases in total in the center of the map. We have an island here that connects them all to each other as well, where we have some high ground. We have seen a lot of siege locations with tanks, with lurkers on the high ground as well, punishing the economy. That is going to be a factor. Some of these islands are a little bit more isolated from each other as well. And typically in this matchup, we see Skytos, as you can see here from Dark, against Mass Viking. So we're expecting Mass Viking out of ByuN. We'll see if that's the case. For now, ByuN going for a 1-1-1 into add-on swap into drop play. Or maybe just Viking. We'll see. We'll see if he goes for Metamax or Vikings. Meanwhile, we have initial scouts on the way for Dark, throwing down extra Stargates into the Fleet Beacon. Now, fun fact, it was Spirit versus... Shaxing. It was Spirit versus Shaxing, I want to say a month ago, where Shaxing did actually overrun Spirit with Mass Skytos, and Spirit just had a really hard time keeping up, and Spirit was just torn apart here on Paradox. We'll see how ByuN will compare. As he opens up Cloak Banshee. that I was not expecting. Okay, let's go. Does stand, does get eyes on all the Stargates. We do see Mass Corsair on the way for Dark, but the reality here that I'm concerned by, and we actually saw this in the previous semifinals match, we saw ByuN, or it was in the quarterfinals, we saw ByuN go into Banshee play against Art, and remember, Art, he had no detection. That's my biggest concern here. I don't see a Forge, I don't see a Robo. Cloak Banshee can wreak havoc. The initial scout is denied. But again, you have to jump through a couple of hoops here to get into detection from the side of a Brood War Protoss. So you need a Robo, you need an Observatory, you need cannons. Otherwise, how do you answer this? How do you deal with this? You don't. Banshees are coming in. We have extra Raxes on the way. We have ByuN going into Bio, not into Mass Viking. So Banshee into Bio into drop play. Let's go. Banshee moving out. And I am concerned for Dark. I am very concerned here. As the Banshee has arrived. Yep, Probe's going to be going down. And I do think the Cloak was activated a little bit prematurely here. Just because I feel like we need to preserve Cloak. And yep, Dark, he's like, it's like, what do I do? What? Smudge, might be Smudge. We have the Robo on the way, but it's going to be so long here before he has detection. Now, Cloak is going to run out before there is detection available. That's why I wish that ByuN did preserve his Cloak. His probes are going to be going down. Yeah, Dark, he says, Tesagi. And ByuN is like, yes, Tesagi. As second Banshee has arrived, probes are going down, and Dark is forced into the all-in. He's just forced to counterattack. Now, Cloak does run out. As we mentioned, Cloak was going to run out before there was detection. As we get 14 probe kills, critical damage. Now the observatory is on the way. Again, the observatory is still in production, and more probes are falling. Banshee's still here at the third as well. Again, Dark is counterattacking, but alas, he only has 8 interceptors, as he does not have the carrier upgrade yet. There we go. One Banshee goes down. The other Banshee's Cloak runs out. Carriers come out. The mine shots! Oh my god! Mine shots, they pop off, they force back the carriers, and ByuN defends. ByuN, he does defend. Likewise, Dark trying to catch out the drops. We'll force the unload. Chat. What are you doing, says ByuN. As Dark, he does shut down a full medevac. Nice catch. Very nice catch. So ByuN is being contained. Now we're reaching critical mass of carrier. Initially, ByuN did an amazing amount of damage here. Look at this, 20 probes went down. So ByuN does have a very nice economic lead. But ByuN is being forced back. As I say that, this is a very immobile army, and ByuN, he sneaks out. He does sneak out with a drop. Does get past. We do see Dark trying to keep up with the rotations, and Dark, he does find the drop, just barely. Whew. Is aware, he's racing back home. This medevac will unload, and we do still have ByuN embracing drop play. Marines, they get into the mineral line. Corsairs, that do shoot down. We need those carriers. And ByuN is he's not stopping. He's not stopping, loading up for another drop. Has to repair. Medevac goes down. Now, the concerning thing to me here is that Dark, he will eventually recover, getting up to a 3-base economy. You can see Dark, he is now getting to his shuttle. He's going to be expanding and taking his own island base as well, and he is building up that carrier count. I will say that ByuN's bio army doesn't really scale amazingly, especially when it comes to these fights out on the map, because he's limited by whatever he can load into the medevacs. Again, ByuN, he has all these reinforcements. That's great, but none of these reinforcements are going to come into play when it comes to these fights out on the map. Like, the power of bio is the rally, right? As the rally is the reinforcements, that's going to be a non-factor, though. It is limited by the medevacs. Scan reveals the base here of Dark. ByuN, he does hug the edge of the map. Dark, he's rotating, he's trying to keep up. Does have his observers scattered throughout the map. He does find him. Yeah, he does find him. Takes down a full medevac. Yeah, medevac goes down. Another as well. Disruption web here on the bio. Let's go. Oh my god. And there it is. ByuN, he likes it, Bob. He likes it. As they're both laughing. And ByuN's in trouble. ByuN, he's in trouble here. Thankfully, he does move out with the double drop on the left-hand side. Does force a cancel. For those that are curious, what were the storms that we saw on the ground? Those are disruption webs. Think of like almost blinding cloud. I say almost. They are a little bit different compared to a blinding cloud. But that's like the closest comparison to in SE2. So here we go. We have better ones, but SE Boy wants to use this one. Copium. I think we all know that SE Boy have the better map pool. I think I think we came to that conclusion a couple of days ago. But I think Hyper One knows that as well. Kappa. as ByuN, he's building up. Moving out with another Doom Drop. Does move out throughout the left-hand side. So far, Darky's in position. I'm hoping that ByuN doesn't run blindly into the carriers. Oh, he boosted. Oh no. Oh, not like this. Full medevac goes down. Yeah, he'll lose everything. He'll lose everything here. Massive loss once again. GG gets called, and Dark, despite losing 20 workers at the start of the game, ByuN, he just throws away army after army, and Dark takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Dark, he does take a lead here, and we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. And again, I feel like that also shows, I mean, we speak all the time about how ByuN doesn't really have as much experience when it comes to StarCraft Evolution. Likewise, I don't know if ByuN's ever played on Neo Isles of Siren, for example. Like, I don't know how much experience ByuN has on island maps. Going for drop play, definitely a fun way to approach it. And what I will say, as was kind of alluded to in the chat, that is the advantage of Neo Isles of Siren, is because it's a 4-player map, because it's so large, drop play is more viable. Like, whether it comes to bio drops or War Prison play as well, or even Drop Lord play from the Zerg side of things, it's more viable just because of how large it is, and also because you don't necessarily know where your opponent's coming from, because it is a 4-player spawn map. So with that, it does kind of add a lot more complexity to the map itself. Here on Paradox, it is a smaller map, because that is a little bit easier to defend your island and to deflect those drops and to shut them down. So one island map is not quite like the other. But here we go, we're getting into Frostline as game number 2. Let's go. Oh, Draconics, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Papi, ¿qué tal? And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our red Terran player, our Brood War Terran now. We'll see if he can bounce back as he is down in the series. It is ByuN. Also, I would appreciate translations in the chat. As spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the random player, this time landing on Terran for SC2. It is Dark. Here we go. Hold on. Let's see. Got my Google Translate here. As we are going to be settling in. And so far, Dark opening up 2 Rex Reaper. Okay, let's go. We do have our initial proxy Raxes on the way. ByuN, does open up with the initial Rax first into what looks to be a CC, into delayed gases. We'll keep an eye on ByuN. The Raxes are being thrown down, and we're going proxy to Rex Reaper. We'll see if ByuN can recognize what's going on. Thankfully, ByuN is going for the SCV Scout. I have no clue how to play Terran. Let's go from Dark. I think ByuN says it's gonna be legendary. It's gonna be amazing. Let's go. Let us go. We're ready to show down. Now, of course, ByuN, he does scout. He does confirm the Rax is missing. He's aware that the Rax is nowhere to be found. Something is wrong. ByuN still goes Rax expand here, and we'll see if ByuN can keep up. Here we go, as we do have our Reapers on the way. When it comes to our defense, we do have a couple of Marines. Boys are gonna have to be pulled. Oh, Dark, did he lose an SCV? Yeah, he did lose an SCV here. Feels question mark, man. Reapers are amassing. Bunker on the way on the low ground, actually. And can Dark delay the CC? I don't think he can. Yeah, won't be able to. CC is about to finish. Reapers making the way into the main. Bunker on the way for ByuN. And the Reapers are scouted. They are spotted. We'll see if Dark can get some damage here, as we have built up a decent Marine count. Oh, Marines being zoned away. Being zoned away for the time being. Dark, he pulls away. Does pull back. Second bunker's in production. and the CC completes. I mean, that's all that ByuN needed. He can always lift. Yeah, he can just lift. He can save the CC, contained on one base, and Dark is expanding. We're trying to work our way out of this into a longer game state. Dark's goal here is to contain for as long as he can while he catches up in the economy. But so far, these Marines, they haven't really gotten any damage. No damage yet. Mass Bio does force him back. Gets a Marine. Okay, not bad. Gets a Marine, still making more Reapers. ByuN is contained. Oh. Picking up another Marine. Nice little pickoffs here and there. I have to believe ByuN is saying, "Man, your Reaper control is cracked." yeah. He's like, hey, it's pretty good. Dark is like, why don't Terrans do this more often? ByuN's like, we do. Oh no. All the time. They're animals, Sparky. They're animals. Factory's on the way. Again, ByuN, he will soon break out with Stim. Stim is almost complete. And then ByuN can take over his own natural. He will soon break out. Oh. Gets with the army. Gets her final major losses. There's her first Stim. Dark trying to bait out those Stims, buying time, scouting into the main base, confirms the follow-up. Or at least trying to confirm the follow-up. And likewise, ByuN also scans across the map, getting to ByuTank. Third CC, let's go! Third CC's on the way, a little bit greedy here from Dark. Again, Dark, he doesn't really have much of a main army. He's heavily reliant on these Reapers to just buy time and contain while he takes up back at home. And it's risky, but I mean, so far, he's pulling it off. So here we go. ByuN does push. We have Siege Mode on the way for ByuN, so both players getting to their own tank play. What we expect out of a TVT. He scans, sees the tank line. He should not push in. Second factory is on the way. We have seen ByuN before go initially from 3 Raxes into just a mech transition. I'm curious if that's going to be the case here. Thankfully, Dark is not playing mech. He is going ByuTank with extra Raxes. ByuN killing his own bunker. Unfortunately, there's no salvage. Just has to kill it himself. Feels bad, man. Yeah, third factory. Yeah. So it is going to be, as we mentioned, that switch into mech. So so we have mech from ByuN and we have Byo from Dark. ByuN looking to slow the game down. We'll see if Dark can break him, as it will take some time to get into Sim and get into all those upgrades. I think I do favor ByuN's position overall, just because he's pretty safe. Because of the opener, like these Reapers, they shouldn't really be able to achieve much here. At least they shouldn't. Tank load going off. ByuN dropping across the map. Dark, he's somewhat in position. He's a tank in the main. He has some reinforcements likewise in the main base as well. ByuN, he stems in. Wants those SCVs. Likewise, drops into the main base. Late reaction there by Dark. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. And he's down to 3 Marines, down to 2. Looks like he should be able to hold on without losing SCV. So it's going to be 7 SCVs going down. Nice trade here from ByuN. Likewise, he does deny the third base. Keeping Dark on 2. Not a bad start. Not a bad start here by ByuN. Especially considering that he isn't making any more Marines. Like, these are the Marines from the early game. That's what's important here. So just really efficient from ByuN as he's done with Bio and getting into mech. Scans ahead of time. Keeping Dark on his toes. Marines they poke in for a second time. And eventually Dark, he's going to be able to deal with this. He will clean this up. Does force me on back. Likewise, Reapers, they do hit the third. They confirm the fault. They get eyes on all the vultures, on the Wraith, on the tanks. Dark knows. So important scout from Dark. ByuN, he's been enjoying a greater economy. Throwing down more factories. And we're going to be able to slow things down and get into the mid game. Let's go. the game will slow down. We're calming down, man. I say that Dark does have a decent army that can try to go for a dive and try to break one of these positions. That is true. But he's still being kept busy here by that dropship. Has to float away. We are lacking spider mines here from ByuN, who doesn't have the best setup currently. Still holding onto a bunch of charges on those vultures. There we go, now being active. Likewise, getting into Goliath production. Dark getting into 2-2. Massing up his own marine army. As Dark moves out, he gets spotted by the racks. Oh. Does get spotted. Vultures, they dive in. Okay. So I had assumed that Dark already realized it was mech earlier when it came to his previous scouts, and he was just confirming that. He's like, wait, are you playing mech? Aye. There we go, 8 SCV kills, not bad. But yeah, it looks like Dark hadn't realized that until he saw the floating racks. And now these confirmed mech. Oh, we're going into mass BC. We have starports on the way, fusion core as well. Oh no, the game it's gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down. ByuN, he's pretty well fortified. I do see a couple of weak points here in the defenses, like towards the south side, maybe towards the north as well. Scan does reveal the starports, does reveal the fusion core. ByuN knows. ByuN, he's aware of that switch. Now, I'm assuming this is for BCs, and there we go. We have some reactors and tech labs on the way, so this could just be for Viking Liberator. True. Doesn't have to be straight into BC production. We'll see what Dark embraces. ByuN, he's moving out. Yeah, it's going to be Liberators. Okay, go. So it's going to be Liberator range alongside Lib production. Then he stims in. Sorry, Dark stims in. ByuN does siege. And Dark does get on top of the tanks. Oh my god, he does not. Massive tank blow is going up. The Bio army crumbles. And Dark, he will lose everything here. I mean, he stimmed into pre-siege tank spam. Or they were sieging up in time. ByuN's like, mate. No, Dark's like, mate, tanks are broken. Aye. Respect the tank line, papi. Respect the tank line. Marines aren't that good. ByuN saying he thought he was going to lose the fight. No shot. No shot. Este ByuN. Yeah, ByuN moving out. He's like, your confidence scared me. I mean, it scared me too, but for other reasons. So there we go. ByuN moving in. Takes down the tank line. Yeah, 2 tanks going down, and Dark is just trying to keep up. Does have the Liberators, though. Liberation has arrived. But that's what the Goliaths are for. Yeah, they take down the Libs one after the other. Goliaths, they're pretty good. They focus down the Libs. Getting on top of the Planetary, and Dark is in trouble. Dark trying to drop in. Goliaths to shut down one of the medevacs. Massive pickup. He gets one, he gets both. Both medevacs go down. And Dark, he cannot keep up. He cannot keep up, not anymore. Again, the Goliaths is just such a good answer to the drop plates, to the Liberators as well. 1 Liberator stands. Oh, Planetary goes down. The Liberator is going to fall as well. Who needs Vikings when you have Goliaths? As ByuN breaks down the expansion, we have more Libs coming in. I mean, at that point, that is going to be a bit too much. ByuN has to back off, has to respect the Liberators. Pulls away, he rotates. Building up just mass Goliath. We got a couple of Wraiths on the way as well, just for that anti-air. And Dark is getting caught out. It's just a really awkward angle here. Dark with the panic siege. Let's go. That's the panic siege. ByuN rotates. Yo, shout out to Bonecool in the chat. God, baby God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 7 months. Do appreciate it. Yay, more StarCraft. Exactly. Oh, the StarCraft. As Dark, he's attempting to stabilize. Again, he's set up here in the center of the map. Jesus, how many Libs? 7. 7 Liberators. Another CC goes down. Dark, he attempts to counterattack. Lassie gets spotted. ByuN keeping up. Ooh, we'll throw away all those vultures. Not just barely any spider mines. ByuN panicking. We'll lose the vultures. Liberators moving in. Our Wraiths have arrived though. Oof, the Wraiths do help, but oh my god, the Liberation, they shut down the tanks. The tanks are free. Did you get shut down? They can ByuN at least Dark forcing ByuN to be more defensive, forcing him back home. This feels quite committed from Dark. Remember, Dark, he lost the 4th. He lost the 4th base. He was denied the northern 4th base as well. Dark is all in. It's all or nothing for the StarCraft 2 Terran. Oh god, in the race, they focus on those Liberators. One after the other. Nice snipes. Oh my god. Down to 1 Liberator. And without Liberators, I mean, Dark, he has nothing left. He has nothing left. Goliaths, they break through. And medevacs get hunted down. Tanks as well. Who needs anything but Goliath, baby? They're crazy. They're cracked. They shoot up and they shoot down. Oof. I love seeing these Wraiths tickle the Marauders to death. Like it's they got it. Did get it in the end. And with that, Dark, he has almost nothing. He's just rallying into his death. And GG gets called. There's nothing remaining, and ByuN, he will tap the series 1-1. We have it back and forth. We have a series. GG. GG, well played. We do have a back and forth. Again, Dark definitely had his own moments in that game, but I feel like a lot of it did come down to the first fight, where Dark did have the supply lead, but he did stim into a wall of tanks. He stimmed into a wall of tanks, the tanks siege, and the Bio army crumbled. Dark just misjudging kind of the strength of that army and the strength of those tanks and just that dive in general. With that, Dark, he lost his forces, he lost momentum, and with that, ByuN snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. That leads us into game number 3, a game that I'm very excited for. We're going to be loading into Amygdala, and game 3 we're going to be featuring Brood War versus Brood War. This is a rare sight indeed. But this is something that is unique to the format for KungFu Cup, and we'll see what Dark lands on. Let's go, as we're getting to our best of 5 and spawning in the right hand corner. We have the Brood War Terran player, the South Korean Terran. Oh, it is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the random player, but he does land. Oh my god, hyper aggressive, by the way. We have the random player. He does land on Zerg. Dark, what's he saying? Dark, he's asking ByuN what build to use, I think. Oh my god, as we go for the proxy. But here we go. We have the brutal Zerg player going gas first. It is Dark. Bearing in mind, Dark is random and ByuN is unaware of what race he landed on. As here we go, we have the Rax's Overlord is scouted. They do spot each other. ByuN, he is now aware of the race of Dark, committing here to a proxy for Rax. Oh my god, we're cheesing it up. I was hoping for a longer game here, but no, we are cheesing it up. It's gonna be proxy for Rax here out of ByuN. Meanwhile, Dark did open gas first. We has early link production. There we go, link speed is on the way. Link production has begun. And who do we favor? I want to lean towards Dark just because of his more aggressive build. Might be able to catch out and get on top of the production. We'll see. As so far, Dark, he is not scattered. He's unaware. Shout out to Turbo Quacker. Gab, I mean, God, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Turbo Quacker in the chat for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you so much. Do appreciate the support. Do appreciate all the love in the chat. As links have arrived, they're going for the SCVs. They do confirm. There's a question mark. It's like, man, what are you doing? First SCV goes down. Can he deny any of these Raxes though? Yeah, Raxes are finishing, but the first Marine goes down as well. Yeah, and he just shuts us down completely. Again, this is a hard counter. Dark already opened up gas first, and ByuN happened to be going proxy. And with that, the Raxes will not finish, and that's gonna be game. that's gonna be game then and there. GG gets called, and Dark will take a lead in the series. Oh no, I was trying to scroll up. Actually, so I'm just trying to see what was said towards the end. Okay. I think it was ByuN was asking how he found him, and Dark said that he saw the red dot on the minimap. Aha. GG, well played. I think he's referring to the SCV because Dark did see the SCV with his Overlord. But yeah, with that, GG, well played. With that, Dark does take a lead in the series, and we'll see where this takes us. We'll see if ByuN can force the ace match as the pressure is on ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. Yeah, thank you so much, Turbo Quacker. Gifted sub to Tenice. Let's go, Tenice. To Sataiko, Serenity, RC Palma, and Rex. Oh, and to Rex as well. Let's go. Thank you so much. As we are getting into our next game. Oh, God. There's so much chat between the players. I'm just trying to keep up. Oh, okay. He's asking. This looks like the second map, which is, I guess, kind of true. But here we go, spawning in the right-hand corner, or the top corner, the top side of Stilfit, a 3-player spawn map. We do have our South Korean Terran player, the SE2 Terran. It is ByuN. It's currently down in the series and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the StarCraft 2 Zerg player going pool first. From South Korea, it is Dark. I think they're talking about the maps. They're speaking on the maps themselves, but this is also another big moment that I'm excited for. Welcome to a 3-player spawn map, and welcome to SE2 versus SE2 on an old Brood War map. This led to some really exciting games previously. I want to say for the previous KungFu Cup, it was Spirit versus Classic on, I almost said Blue Storm. It was Spirit versus Classic on Return of the King when it came to the SE2 races. But here we have SE2 on Stilfit instead. As here we go, we did have our initial gas opener. Dark is going for a roach all in. He's going for a roach all in. Meanwhile, ByuN is opening up 3 racks. I like how they're both being hyper aggressive. Yeah, I think they're talking about the potential spawn locations. I want to say. Let's see. Yeah, ByuN, he's asking if this is a 3-player spawn map, and Dark, he said 4 players. God damn it. But Dark, he sees everything. I mean, well, he's about to. He does see at least a location of ByuN. ByuN, he doesn't SCV scout. No SCV scout. He started ByuN. He has no idea where his opponent is. Not yet. And Dark, he does spot the initial Marine. It's going to be Marines first. We have the safety bunker on the way. So ByuN playing it safe. Dark, he confirms this. Roaches are amassing. And we'll see if Dark can break through. We'll see if he can break through. More roaches on the way. The bunker will finish. Will ByuN be able to repair in time? Bearing in mind that I believe this should be a Ravager Ling all in. There's no speed, bear that in mind, so there's no speed Lings, but we can morph in those Ravagers. So there we go, the bunker is now done. First Ravagers on the way. We have the initial depot as well. In front of said bunker, looking to wall up. The Bio army is amassing. And do we get any more Ravagers here? So far, just the one. Just one Ravager. Roaches are revealed. Now ByuN knows. Remember, ByuN, he didn't scout. He did not scout. Oh. Stark say. Dark is saying, what kind of bunker is this? Oh no. I mean, the bunker's done in time. ByuN, they will somewhat connect. But nice repair so far. Yeah, the bunker does survive. SCV is being targeted down. ByuN, they once again zone the army away, and the bunker should fall. But again, it bought so much time. There are so many Marines. ByuN's holding. Yeah, ByuN holds on. He shuts down the army. Marauder has arrived, and we are looking to force that ace match as we clean up every single roach, every single Ravager. GG gets called. ByuN, he will survive this, and we are going to game 5. GG. Whew. Again, it was a blind 3-max build by ByuN, so he had an abundance of Marines. He had more Marines than you would typically expect, as usually there would be Marine Hellion, not Mass Marine. Likewise, safety bunker as well, because ByuN did skip the Reaper, and that's what ByuN was, what Dark was referring to. It's like, why is there just a random bunker here? I mean, it's gonna shut me down because of that. Like, GG. So again, kind of like a blind defense there by ByuN. And with that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. We're going to the ace match here. And we'll see how this story ends. Will it go the way of Dark or ByuN? As I believe they have both chosen Brood War. So once again, Brood War versus Brood War in the top left-hand corner. We do have the South Korean Terran player, the Brood War Terran, representing Shopify, tying up the series. It is ByuN. We have diagonal spawns. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the random player, and he lands on Protoss. So the Brood War Protoss from South Korea, it is Dark. Oh. I think they're talking about builds. Hold on. I'm struggling on this one. They're talking too much. Oh god. Okay, Dark. I think he's saying that this is a Terran map, and he tried a certain tank build. I think they're referring to just builds on Return of the King. I think I would kind of agree though. Oh, yeah. I think Dark is talking about his game against Geralt, where he played mech. No. Not like this. Not like this. We did feature that earlier in the semifinals. Dark saying that he's afraid he's going to lose. For now, we do have our openers. Bearing in mind that, as a reminder, Dark, he is random, and because that ByuN doesn't know what he's playing, ByuN has no idea what he's up against. He's going to be playing blind. For now, double gas open, double gas into a faster factory, delayed CC by ByuN, so ByuN playing it safe. As a reminder, this is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in any corner of said map. Any corner of Return of the King. Are settling in. Ooh, and it is going to be mech out of... Jesus. Okay, this is going to be mech out of ByuN. He's going for an early vulture timing. This should be with ion thrusters and spider mines. We have seen this build before. I want to say the last time we saw this out of ByuN, it was on Holy Worlds, question mark. But again, yeah, double machine shop here into double upgrades into the mass vulture early on. So very aggressive start here by ByuN. Bearing in mind, ByuN has no idea what he's up against. Not yet. Likewise, Dark is moving out with his own probe scout. To have our initial Dragoon opener. Mentioned before, but we do expect Dragoon into Reaver, but we have yet to actually see that here tonight. We've seen attempted Storm play. There's that Ion Thrusters upgrade into Spider Mines, into those Vultures. So ByuN is being hyper aggressive. We can see Darky scouts top right. He does not find ByuN yet. He is searching. Likewise, ByuN floats over his racks like an overlord. He's checking bottom left, and Marines will check the right hand side, and he will find the probe. He now knows. Yeah, there we go. He now is aware the Dark is Protoss. Yeah, Dark, he's saying, hey, I'm random, don't look for me. And ByuN's like, you're a tryhard. Oh no. ByuN is saying, I'm on my way. So ByuN checks top right, now he moves towards bottom left. Dark is like, you're cheating, why are you scouting me? Get out, get away. Here we go. Vultures are moving forward, Spider-Mine is ready. And he can try to knock down this front door. Ideally, you want to throw down the Spider Mines here in the face of the Dragoons to force them out, to force them back, to break that defensive line. Yeah, as Vultures actually get past the Dragoons, going for the ramp. Oh, Spider Mines do burrow. Oh, they do connect. Yeah, they shut down one Dragoon so far. Second Dragoon as well. They get into the mineral line. Probe's going to be going down. More Spider Mines, and Dark is being zoned away. He has to just tank the shots. Another Dragoon goes down. So far, getting up to 9 probe kills. Did I say 9? Getting up to 13. Oh my god. 13, 15 workers going down. Likewise, more probes falling here at the natural. More spider mines are set. Ideally, ByuN wants to force the Dragoons into the spider mines. Speaking of, another connection. More spider mines do connect. ByuN still rallying in. 20 probe kills already. And this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. Takes down another Dragoon. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, what's that? Darky just says no. Okay. Leave me alone. As 2 more Dragoons go down. And this is game-ending damage. This is game-ending back across the map. ByuN is getting his natural up and running, getting it saturated. Once again goes into the mineral line. Once again going for another Dragoon. Throws down more spider mines. Oof, takes down another. And ByuN pulls back. He finally is forced back. Behind this, getting into his own tank production. Siege mode is on the way. Extra factories as well. And Dark, he has some catching up to do. So Dark says Dragoons are so stupid, and ByuN's like, they're smart. God damn it. Alright, what's this last line? Dark saying, mines, they seem smarter. Oh no. God damn it. You say, maybe because it's StarCraft 2, I can't catch the mines. But yeah, with that, I mean, it is a thing where you can try to shut down the spider mines before they connect, but it is quite difficult to pull off. Speaking of, oof, that does pull it off this time. Honestly, can't tell if Widow Mines or Spider Mines are more annoying. I mean, they have their own, they're very different, right? They're very different units. For Spider Mines, they're easier to bait out because you can just send out a probe, but Workers don't trigger Spider Mines, so you can't do that. Oh, you have to target them down instead, as the Observer has arrived. Oh. Yeah, so here we go. The tanks have arrived. Remember, siege mode is done, and ByuN is going in for the kill. He does catch out the Dragoons. Massive Spider Mines on top of the army. Oh, the connections. Yeah, they do connect. Dragoons force back. Tanks do siege, and Dark, he has no answer. He has no answer. He has no charge. He has no Zealot legs behind this. Yeah, he's just being forced further and further back. And GG will be called. ByuN, he will snowball out of control. He will take the series, and ByuN is going to be this week's KungFu Cup champion. GG. GG. Hold on, I want to see God, they're so talkative. Hold on. Trying to see what they said. Oh, nice. I think ByuN, he was talking about ASL question mark. I know he said he couldn't get through. I couldn't get through the Star League preliminaries. Dark saying manners, please. GG. GG, well played regardless. Congratulations here to ByuN, as ByuN will claim the series. He will advance on as our champion. Shout out to Dark for making it this far. And again, Dark, he does play this a little bit more for fun. As you mentioned before, we did host a farewell show match for Dark. That was last weekend, or I guess now 2 weekends ago. And Dark, he is playing more for fun nowadays. Like, his main race is Zerg, and he's quite strong with Zerg. But now that he's, you know, kind of nearing the end of his current competitive run, he's enjoying time playing random, and again, just enjoying playing some of the other races that he's maybe not too familiar with. He even said it himself, like in the TVT, where he's like, he doesn't even know what build to do in TVT. He was just kind of like throwing kind of whatever he could at the wall to see what stuck. And hey, he made it to the ace match, even in doing that as well. So impressive. Very impressive stuff there. Very impressive play. Regardless, GG well played. Shout out to ByuN for becoming our champion. And a shout out to Dark, of course, for making it to second place. This also does give us the opportunity here to catch up on the brackets and to have a look at what was going on. Okay, KungFu Cup, StarCraft Evolution number 5. Okay. Here we go. As we'll switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket itself, to catch up on those matches. Here we go. Hold on, I got you covered. Bam. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, we have our bracket here. We did have, of course, Dark playing random, as we did point out. Did play random throughout. Did take down Bratok, did take down Geralt to make it to the finals. We saw Rotterdam was playing. Okay. Rotterdam played. Not expecting that, but I do know that Roddy, he was covering this event live at the time. So Rotterdam, he actually did partake in StarCraft Evolution. Interesting. Did meet his end at the hands of Young Yakov, but really cool to see him taking part. We had Koroya Humor as well. Weren't quite able to feature him earlier. And of course, in the end, ByuN did take it a back and forth in those grand finals. Could have gone either way. Very RNG heavy is what I will say, based on how they were playing, and of course based on how Dark was approaching this with a random race as well. But regardless, GG well played. Congratulations here to ByuN. Congratulations. And I look forward to the next KungFu Cup. This week's KungFu Cup was Warcraft 3 Evolution. I believe next week is going to be StarCraft Evolution once again. So we're just catching up on some of these tournaments that we missed out on. For those that are curious, one of the reasons why we aren't casting these events live is because at the time we were casting the Rex March Madness. We were covering the Rex March Madness instead, so that was actually overlapping with the KungFu Cups, so we did prioritize the March Madness instead. But soon we'll be able to catch up and potentially even cover some of these events live instead, as they occur at a more Korean-friendly time. More Korean and European-friendly. Otherwise, GG. Otherwise, GG will play. Just catching up in the chat. Just catching. The Ducks support the community. The least I can do is show the same type of love. Oh, thank you, Turbo Quacker. Do appreciate it. I mean, Turbo Quacker, for those who don't know, Turbo Quacker, he's a very long time supporter of the channel, or long time viewer. Did go on a hiatus for a while, but Turbo Quacker alongside Yoda Slim back in the day, that was back in like back in the COVID era of StarCraft, back in 2020, more of the early years of the CranKy Ducklings, and yeah, still around even now. So big shout to Turbo Quacker. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Este Turbo Quacker. I can say that Widowmines are more annoying. I mean, there's a give and take. There's a give and take there. But regardless, GG, well played. And that is not the end of the broadcast. We do have something else coming up. I will need a moment to set things up on my end, but we did have a replay redeemed earlier. Oh, let's go. Babylings did redeem a replay, so we do have some time to go over a bit of a viewer replay cast. So this will be not StarCraft Evolution, but StarCraft 2, so we got you covered there. If you're only interested in pro gameplay there or in these big tournaments, then our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow. Bam, we have our weekly schedule here and now. We just wrapped up with our Friday cast, and we're going to be live tomorrow with the KSL, with the Korean StarCraft League. So if you want to tune into some more Korean action, players like Solar, Shin, ByuN, Cure, all competing in StarCraft 2, then we got you covered there with the KSL. We also have Sea Duckling Open in the evening. We have Hatchery Cup Sunday morning. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup Sunday evening as well. These are all StarCraft 2 events. I know we've been covering quite a bit of StarCraft Evolution over the past couple of days, but we do mainly cover StarCraft 2 here on the channel. So our weekend is going to be very busy with all the casting, with all the content, with all the StarCraft. If you are looking for some more StarCraft Evolution, then do check out the VODs over on YouTube. ! Socials in the chat. At the top there of the socials link, we do have the YouTube channel. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of content on YouTube, plenty of content to come. When it comes to our next StarCraft Evolution live cast, let me just quickly double check. I believe that's going to be over the weekend. That's going to be on Monday. There we go. So Monday, we're going to be covering the StarCraft Evolution League number 9. That's going to be a replay cast. I believe the SCL this week is going to be overlapping with the rest of our casts. I believe it's overlapping with Sea Duckling Open and with Hatchery Cup. So we won't be able to cast it live, but we will go over it via replays on Monday at around this time. Earlier, I should say. So at around this time on Monday, we're going to be live with some more StarCraft Evolution. Likewise, we're going to be covering a show match as well on the 8th of December, and also some more SCL over the weekend of the 12th. So there's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft on the horizon. The HSL playoffs are also next weekend on the 12th and 13th of April. We have Code for Giants Cup. We have more Tenacious Total Tussle as well. Plenty of content on the channel. If you want to support us, you can also do so via Patreon. Patreon in the chat, and you can see our Patreon page and our Patreon goal currently under the graphic. That is how much money we do earn via Patreon monthly, and 100% of that money goes towards the players. It all goes towards prize pools and all towards our tournaments. All that money goes towards Sea Duckling Open, Sparkling Tuna Cup, and Masters 1 Open as well. It all goes back towards the players. So if you want to support the scene, if you want to support the Ducklings and support the StarCraft player base, you can do so via Patreon if you wish. What I will say is that after this goal, our plan for the next goal is to help pay out the casters and the admins for our tournaments. So that'll be a future goal after we reach the current one. The current one is to boost the prize pool. The current goal is still to boost the prize pool for the players and for the tournaments. But after that, eventually we'll be able to pay admins and casters. It'll be crazy. Oh my god, we're not there yet, but you know, eventually one day, Bobby, one day. Otherwise, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have a brief viewer replay cast. See you guys after the break. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Let's go.